What's the deal, man? Welcome to the den. I am your host, Ed Honcho. It is my honor, my privilege, but most of all, my pleasure to get to chop it up with you guys. As y'all know, if you're watching this on the tube, most likely going to be edited. And if you're watching this on the OF, the OnlyFans, yes, Honcho has an OnlyFans. It's free. Go sign up, onlyfans.com/Ed Honcho. We will be turning up over there the way we can't turn up here on the tube. So make sure you support that. And again, the tube videos will be edited more so I can, get love in the algorithms. I cuss much. Anyway, so super interesting story. Lil Wayne meets with President Trump. So we're going to dive into that. But before we do, I want to share this little story, which when I first started, some of y'all who've been knowing, I have 2 channels. But before I ever did, the very first YouTube video I ever did, I wanted to do a black channel. And it was about Lil Wayne having that interview with the woman about the Black Lives Matter thing, right? And I did a video and I talked, and this was mad. It was mad, I hope you don't ever need, no, I need you. The black community's not coming to my rescue anytime soon. But obviously, people are upset about this. Other rappers are upset about this. Some people find it very interesting. I find it extremely intriguing. Probably the last thing I expected. We were in the Discord chopping it up and somebody shared it. I think Broderick did, so shout out to Broderick. I'll give you a few brownie points even though I don't want to. But again, be a part of the Den Discord. It's a huge part of the Den. Not only is this channel a major part of the community, but the community itself takes place a lot in the Discord. But let's get to it, man. Let's do it. I got 3 articles I want to look at. And again, see how these stories are shared differently. First one, Fox News. And then, like I said, I'll put all the articles in the description below so that you can check them out and find them for yourself. I'm not going to read it word for word. We're just going to get into it and express my thoughts on it, right? Wayne, that's a handsome guy. Yeah, that's a handsome guy. Right. I could never do the blonde thing. Lil Wayne, President Trump had a meeting. According to the rapper, 38-year-old named Dwayne Michael Carter Jr. tweeted a photo of him next to Trump. Just had a great meeting with the real Donald Trump. The POTUS, besides what he's done so far with criminal reform, which I'm surprised that somebody has actually noticed that, acknowledged Trump has done things for black people, but you ask most black people, he ain't done nothing. He kids in cages. What he's done so far with criminal reform, the Platinum Plan is going to give the community real ownership, Wayne said. He listened to what we had to say today and assured he will and can get it done. Wow, imagine meeting with somebody, them making you promises and then being able to hold them accountable for the things that they said, right? That must be a wonderful feeling. Instead of saying, well, we're just not going to meet with you because we heard that stuff that the people in the media said there was no factual backing for any of it, but we're not going to meet with you. Here's my deal. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not anti-Trump, right? I'm just a human being. But if that's the person in power and they're the people that can make plays, why wouldn't you go and speak with them? But yet you hear make these stupid excuses time and time again over why we can't meet with Trump because of this or he and it's not a lot of not true because you guys don't want to do the research for yourselves. But like I said, Trump's proposed Platinum Plan includes 3 million jobs in the black community, not POC, increasing access to capital by nearly $500 billion, and strengthening Trump's immigration policies to protect American jobs, according to his website. Now, that's also a very interesting thing with me with black people. We're not going to get in that conversation. Why black people are so adamantly in support of illegal immigrants. That does the most harm to the black community. But we'll get into that. Another conversation we can talk about in the Den Discord if you'd like. So again, these are all things that are important. Again, not using the POC term, but addressing black people, right? Black people are always talking about we want specifics. We want to be identified and acknowledged. This man is doing that for you. So Ice Cube, we talked about him often last week, and him going to all these platforms, even non-black platforms, to try to argue why he would allow Trump. It's some of the stupidest shit ever. And again, people are stupid. I'm not even mad at the artists. These people are stupid who are bad because they're meeting with people. So I'm interested to see with this being out so late, how much backlash Lil Wayne gets throughout the rest of this week. But again, talked about the contract with Black America. It just kind of goes in Ice Cube, CWBA. Talked about how the Democrats didn't want to come to the table. Donald Trump did. I think he met with Jared Kushner. Yeah, right here. And the contract with Black America, Ice Cube talks about banking, police and prison reform, elimination of all Confederate statues, which I don't know what that does either way. It's kind of neither here nor there for me. Starting with $1,000 of birth baby bonds, other reforms to support the black community in order to earn the support of the black vote. But some of you have already decided to just give it away for the same crumbs and morsels that you've been receiving over the last 50, 60 years. Anyway, Newsweek, rapper Lil Wayne tweeted that he approved the White House's platinum plan for Black Americans after a positive meeting. And it goes in the record where Weezy has, Lil Wayne has recorded 12 albums that hit the top 10 on the Billboard 200 charts. Met with Trump but has not officially endorsed Trump's re-election campaign. Platinum Plan promises to provide $500 billion to the Black community. It's going to be really interesting, right? Because what happened when Trump got elected, all the rappers jumped ship. Even though they had songs about him, they wanted to be like him and do all this other stuff. As soon as he became president, a lot of rappers jumped ship. Lil Wayne has always been a guy who's kind of operated on his own accord of his own mind, you know. And I got a lot more respect for Wayne just for what he's done. We've had arguments about who's had more impact on hip-hop, Jay-Z or Lil Wayne. It's by far Lil Wayne. Jay-Z's just made some music. Nobody tries to emulate. Nobody dresses or acts like Jay-Z. So Lil Wayne has been a pioneer in the entertainment space for quite some time. And we know that's generally a super liberal area, super left-leaning. And so for him to go and do this is extremely interesting. Like I said, I'm curious of the vitriol, hate, and backlash that he will receive from, you know, lots of ignorant people. A lot of the same stuff, basically talking about the tweet that he had. Talks about how in 2010 he did 8 months in Rikers Island, you know, for a loaded firearm. It goes back again. They mention the Platinum Plan again. You know, they say Joe Biden's expected to carry the black vote. Of course, not on his own merit because y'all just can't. Y'all don't know. Y'all only want the D. But you know what I'm saying? Waka Flocka Flame, Block Boy JB, did not know any of these people have come out in support of Trump. Waka Flocka I heard about. So many people watching this like, who are these people? Asian Debrat, I don't know if that's Debrat or there's some other, I don't know who that is. Block Boy JB, I think only has like one song that I've ever heard of. But I heard that Little Pump Kid endorsed him too. So it's kind of crazy, right? Oh, I like it when I scroll down and there's these polls. Let's see. Who's causing the most violence at protests against police brutality? Outside agitators like Antifa, white supremacist, protest police. This is my vote. That's what I'm going with. So we know where this is leaning, right? Y'all think the white supremacists are doing it? Interesting. So, again, another handsome picture of Lil Wayne. And it just kind of goes on, talks about the Platinum Plan, CWBA, and some other things, right? He says that Joe Biden should not be asking black voters for support, but begging for their forgiveness, which I 100% agree. The response Biden campaign said the Trump administration has been devastating for black Americans. As a black American, that's false. And if you ask most black Americans, I think a lot of them are doing better than they were under Obama. They just don't like the idea of no longer having a black president, which is very unfortunate. And I want to get this last one real quick. TMZ, some old mess shit. And let's get into this. Same old shit. Look at that's a nice, look at that handsome young man. God, Lil Wayne is a tiny person, right? Because what Trump's would be like 6'2", something like that. Lil Wayne's a small man. But again, that's the actual tweet. That's the photo there. And shout out to Weezy for having the balls to do it, because a lot of these sit back, say, and then don't do anything. A lot of the same rhetoric. There's Ice Cube. Hey, Cube didn't endorse Trump. And still a bunch of people talk it. Again, Wayne hasn't taken me to endorse Trump, but I'm sure he will get some. This is Pump. That's the little Pump guy. He looks like he's on drugs, the good drugs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the 50. Let's not talk about 50. I don't even want to get into that because yeah, he was seemed to say something pro-Trump. Then the white chick Chelsea said something to him, and then he flipped the script and did like they said, a 180. So I don't even know how. And I like 50 as the businessman, but when you look at it, 50's out for himself. He ain't worried about everybody as a whole. What Wayne's doing is going out and trying to do something for the community, even if the community don't want it and they don't realize it's what they need. So the reason I share just these kind of three sources, and again, if you want to read the whole thing, I'll put the links down there for you to read on your own. But I find it, I mean, this is probably the biggest surprise of all of the celebrity political endorsements. Like I automatically expect if a celebrity comes out, especially in the rap or acting or whatever, if they're black, I'm expecting them automatically to go left, not only left, but far left, and say some ridiculous shit too. So I'm extremely surprised that Wayne came out. And Wayne hasn't been maybe as relevant in the industry. I think he has a podcast now. But so it's still not, I mean, you can't take his mark off what he's done for rap music. And if you don't like rap music, I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck I don't care about your opinion here in this dark, because I know somebody can rap music sucks. If you don't listen to it, shut the f. All right. So anyway, and again, I'm not bigging up rap music, but it's just like, that's the thing. So it's good to see probably one of the guys who's considered one of the greatest, or in some people's mind, the greatest in the game to ever do it. And he's leaning, towards Trump, or he's extending a hand. Maybe that'll open up the minds of some of these other ignorant people who are just kind of followers, who just kind of fall in line. Maybe it'll open their minds up, and they'll see that, hey, there's other options out there. You have to be willing to extend a hand or try to work with people who you may not normally be used to or comfortable working with to get shit done. Same thing with Ice Cube. So I commend Ice Cube, I commend Lil Wayne, because it's not about the imagery, it's about getting some done. And more about representation and how it looks than what's actually gotten done. And that's why we're in the situation we've been in, for so long, because of not thinking, of not actually looking at your situation and realizing why this is happening. So that's all I got to say about that. Pleasantly surprised, shocked, appalled, honestly. When I saw it, I thought it was some Photoshop. I thought it was some, I thought it was a joke. But I'm actually happy to hear this, because again, Wayne, when it comes to this BLM shit, when it comes to the Trump, he's one of the few that's not afraid to stand out and think for himself. And regardless of how you look and what you see, Lil Wayne's a lot smarter than a lot of people want to give him credit for. Right, and there's going to be people who are going to say they thought he was stupid all of a sudden. They're going to jump this, flip the script because he voted Trump. That's not what this is about. Whether you're for or against Trump is not going to change how I feel about you, but the reason why you're for or against may change why or how I may feel about you. But I think that's awesome. So shout out to Lil Wayne. Salute to him for being his own man, which more of us should be. More of us should be thinkers. More of us should be willing to work with those to get where we need to get in life. But with that being said, again, all the links you need are in the description below. Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter if you want to follow and get updates on those platforms. For the Den Show Live at Facebook, make sure you check that out. Right there, up there, y'all see that? We're 155 away from getting the couch, getting to the love seat. That is the goal. Like I said, we're going to spruce up the den, my den, your den, our den as a community. So if you want to support Streamlabs, PayPal, and Cash App, let's get this thing jumping, because I really want to take it to the next level. Again, onlyfans.com/Ed Honcho if you want this unedited version. And again, like I said, you'll probably be getting on YouTube a little bit later. So with that being said, I'm Chunking to Produce. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I appreciate y'all. Y'all ain't got to go home, but you got to get the f out of here. Chunking to Produce.